And now guys, on your brain celebrity updates, I'm going to explain why Saudi has more monthly listeners on Spotify than any other South African hip-hop artist. And now, for more on this story, just stay tuned to this video. And well, last week after Blackie had dropped an album, it was trending on Twitter, and another person who trended on Twitter was A-Reece, because a lot of people were comparing Blackie to A-Reece, saying that Blackie is now as big as A-Reece or even bigger. And well, I don't want to dive into that conversation, but I made a video about it, and something that came up was a question after I said that Blackie has more monthly listeners than A-Reece because of a feature from Nasty C, and I did say that Nasty C is sort of the biggest South African hip-hop artist in terms of streams. But well, a person challenged me to say that, man, it isn't Nasty, it is Saudi. And well, that is quite true, but still not true. In this video, I'm going to explain why Saudi has more numbers than any other South African hip-hop artist, and as a matter of fact almost has more numbers than all of them combined, but still isn't the biggest even with those numbers. And well, just for clarification, Saudi has over 1 million monthly listeners, and for some time they were actually more than 2 million, I still remember. And well, I've explained in my previous videos that your monthly listeners are based off of the number of people that have been listening to music for the previous 28 days, and the number one reason why Saudi has the highest number of monthly listeners on Spotify as compared to other South African rappers is because of one song, which is a track by Kendrick Lamar, of which featured Saudi, Schoolboy Q, and 2 Chainz. This song has over 200 million overall streams on Spotify. And well, if you were to go check Nasty C, you would see that it's the second highest with just over 600,000 listeners. And well, normally looking at that, you would say that it means that Saudi is the biggest and Nasty is not. But well, in 2020, when Spotify actually released the list of the highest streamed SA hip-hop acts, Saudi was not there. And part of the reason is because Saudi's numbers on their own are not doing well. He seems to be doing well because of that song, but if you remove the song, he's not doing well on Spotify or any other streaming platform. And as a matter of fact, if you go to Saudi's Spotify followers, you'd see that he only has just 18,500, whereas Nasty C has over 500,000 Spotify followers. And in the previous 28 days, Nasty C added over 15,000 followers on Spotify, which is almost the same amount of followers that Saudi has. So Nasty C in just the last month added more followers to his profile than Saudi's entire career followers on Spotify. And if you were to dissect Saudi's monthly listeners on Spotify, you would see that over 275,000 of those monthly listeners come from the United States, whereas South Africa is just at about 4,500, which would then explain why Saudi sort of seems to be big in terms of monthly listeners. But when stats are released by Spotify to actually explain who in terms of stats is the highest streamed South African act, Saudi is not even in the top 10, which to me is just quite sad because Saudi sort of had the most potential. If you look at his previous songs like There She Goes, She Loves Me Not, Saudi was popping. To me, it seems like he was going to be one of the biggest acts, and he still remains one of the very few artists who actually got featured by Kendrick Lamar. Because how many artists, not only in South Africa but also in the States, can actually say that I've got a song with Kendrick Lamar? Even Nasty doesn't even have a feature as big as Kendrick. But even after doing all of that, his career sort of died down. I'm not even quite sure as to why, but you guys let me know what you guys think. Which metric do you guys use to actually determine who's the biggest artist? Do you guys use the general monthly listeners, or do you check the streams of their own music, as in all the listeners coming from the music they release on their own as well as the features they got? Or do you actually check their own streams, as in from their own music, how much did they get? Or do you base it off of followers? Comment down in the comment section below and I will respond to your comments with my own thoughts as well. And if you like this video, please give a thumbs up because it actually helps this channel. And please do not forget to subscribe for more updates on your favorite celebrities.